So you said that the goal was, or the brief was to have a campaign for back to school. What kind of school do you have? What's the main target group? Is it students or school kids? Or?
No, I mean, that's the back to school, but so it means that, I mean, the main target are students. School kids, too young. But the other thing is that they are not the shoppers, you know. Shoppers are their parents. So that's the first part of the target. And there is also a second part, as we are talking about workers. There are still a few industries where writings is quite used. Sorry. So it means that we have, I mean, two main targets. The first one was the students, and the second one was for some industries, workers.
This campaign became really viral. I think now it's over 10 million views on YouTube.
No, it's more than that, because, you know, it's divided in two parts. You have the teaser, then you have the tip experience channel, and the teasers send you to the tip experience channel. The thing is that that's not the same URL, and so a lot of people viralize the project on the second URL, the tip experience page, and it means that about figures, currently we are up to 30 million views on the tip experience page. On the teaser we are about 12 million, I guess. But the main figures is up to 30 million. It means that we have more than 30 million views on the tip experience channel.
Did you have any plans or expectations that, you know, before you started to do that, you thought, okay, if we get 1 million views, that would be good enough, or, you know, what was that?
Yeah. I mean, we could feel that we had something quite interesting, but you have to stay humble, and you never know that you will reach this kind of virality and this kind of success. I mean, as soon as you know, that's a bit close to the music industry. You never know when you're going to make an international hit, you know. I mean, you put all your passion and all your energy inside, but you never know what is going to happen. That was the same case for us. I mean, we felt that we had something quite interesting, but 1 million views was already a KPI that we share with the client, and I mean, that was quite ambitious.
Okay, so now it's like more than 10 times over the
more than 30 times over that. Yeah, I mean, that's success, definitely.
Do you also know from what countries, because YouTube is such a global thing, and you targeted initially, you said France and UK and...
No, the target was not France, even if we made the survey in France. tippex is a European brand. I mean, it is sold in a lot of European countries. But as you said, as we are talking about a web platform, which is YouTube, which is worldwide, I mean, the concept and the campaign spread all over the world. We know that the two major countries, the four major countries that have been viewed the campaign are France, UK, Germany, and Spain, and the fifth one is the USA. The thing is that we also know, because, you know, we have some metrics to measure all the figures and so on, like we have some tools. We also know that it has been there has been 217 countries that have been connected to the campaign, to the tip experience page.
Do you know any other results than the number of views? Do you know how the sales are going?
No, we are waiting for feedback from the brand. We just know that we won for the selling part. We won for the same period, I mean 1 year comparison to the previous year. We know that, at the end of the month of September, we were like 25% up compared to the previous year regarding the selling volumes. We are waiting because, you know, it's quite hard because the way tippex is distributed is quite complex. So we are waiting for feedback about volumes on the sell-out aspect at the end of this month.
Yeah, because all those little shops who also sell stationery.
Yeah, exactly. You have the supermarkets, but you also have these, you know, small shops and so on.
Well, I assume that it was relatively cheap to make this campaign in comparison for like a regular TV campaign, because okay, production is one cost, but you know, media cost then is basically free in YouTube. So do you know, let's say, if you take this investment you made into this campaign, what would have been the alternative for the same money? You know, how many TV ads in I don't know, national television?
I mean, yeah, you can. It's not possible to give you an answer. The thing is that we are talking about a phenomenon, and once again trying to stay humble about that, because you know, you have a part of course, talent, competencies, but also a part of luck, definitely. So the thing is that, as we are talking about a phenomenon which is quite unique, not unique, because there are several examples, not that much, about 10 in the history of advertising, about this kind of success, about the spreading of the campaign. But I mean, there are no comparison. I'm not going to be able to give you figures about what would we have to invest if we used classical media. I have no idea. The only thing that I know is that, yeah, of course, that's quite a good return on investment campaign, because, yeah, regarding the whole amount of production and media, because we bought some media, and approximately the whole operation, the whole project costed like 700k euros. Definitely, that's a quite good return on investment project. Yeah, definitely.
But how do you get this viral effect started? Was it just YouTube, or how? You know, I assume that, you know, on day one you put something up, and then what happens? And how do you make sure that this avalanche, you know, effect?
Yeah, you try to make sure about this avalanche, but the content is the new president, as Tracy Morgan will say. Now, definitely, that's a matter of content. Even if you have to launch you have to launch the avalanche to create the avalanche. So it means that we invested a bit of media exclusively on YouTube. We bought the homepage in the UK, then in Germany, then in Spain for 24 hours. And then we made some seedings because that's also a part of our competencies here at Buzzman. We have a network of influencers on the social media, and so we broadcast the idea exclusively for them one day or very, very, very soon in the launching of the campaign.
So basically you had this kind of starting point, so you think that it's basically not possible to have a viral effect without this first kind of...
Yeah, I think that currently that's impossible. That would have been possible like 2 or 3 years ago. Now on the web you have so much big exposure to content that you have to push it at the beginning of your launching, definitely. Once again, that's a matter of balance, but yeah, I definitely think that currently you have to push a bit about media. I mean, about media investment, because if you don't, you take the risk that nobody will get your project. Even if you put some ingredients inside the content, that's quite risky. What
kind of advice, let's say, if you know, other clients, other agencies will be inspired by your work, they want to do something similar or maybe even better, what would you advise? If somebody wants to do a viral campaign, what would be your advice? What's critical factor?
I mean, for clients, I will give them the advice to give me a call. And for the other agency, they have to source and to feed them their brain a lot about what is happening on the web. I mean, that's not how to tell you that. You know, when you are cooking, you have to follow ingredients, a time of cooking, and so on, blah blah blah. But you become creative as soon as you let your mind and your heart, if I may say. I'm trying to be not that much in poetry, but you have to let a bit of your mind and your heart go into what you are doing, and I think that's the same for viral stuff. I mean, you have a few tricks that are not necessarily going to work, but you have a few tricks, and those tricks you can find them watching what is happening on the web, but not watching advertising, watching what are the contents that people are sharing the most, and then work on that pretty hard, and then pray God maybe.
So if you do viral advertising, then you basically compete with not other advertising, but you compete with all the funny cats and babies and. You know.
Yeah, definitely. We are talking about a media where the most views and shared content are not advertising. So the competition is about those contents, definitely. So it means that it's quite interesting to use the codes of these contents to create advertising. Yeah.
Do you think it's difficult to sell the idea of viral advertising to clients, because the clients, you know, at least advertising people tend to think that clients are very conservative or even stupid?
Yeah, it's less and less hard. That used to be hard, but you know, that's a part of the revolution. You know, we know, everybody knows, working in advertising or in communication, that the balance between the consumer and the brands has been quite inverted. So you have to be aware about that, and one of the main reasons is the web, because it is such a powerful media, giving the opportunity to the consumer to become themselves media. So as soon as you are aware about that, and a lot of clients are currently, that become not that much hard to sell them some viral campaign. And the second point is that even if nowadays it's less cheap than it used to be in terms of production and also on media to create a viral advertising. At the end of the day, when you are adding every cost and so on, it remains cheaper than classical media. It doesn't mean that TV commercials are dead, and because it really depends also on the objectives you have about the project you are working on.
If you produce something, you know, exclusively for web, for YouTube, in comparison to classical TV advertising, is a production somehow cheaper? Can you use, I don't know, cheap camera, you know, cheaper?
It really depends on the script and what is the story you are going to tell. I mean, for the bear and the hunter, as you have to shoot 42 scenes, in terms of production, that's almost the price of a good TV commercial. 30 seconds, that's almost the same price. Even a bit, maybe a bit more expensive.
What's the future plan? Are you planning to continue this? Is this concept something that you can, you know, now, maybe not the bear, but some other animal or some other thing, that can you continue that, like make it a really serial that over, I don't know, many year period you can have similar thing for a brand?
To be continued.
Yes.
To be continued next year.
Yeah.
To be continued.
Okay.
That's quite confidential now.
Okay.
Okay?
I cut it off.
All right, cool.